Or is it not coming live on YouTube?
बैटरी खराब होता है
Why is it happening so much for YouTube? Okay, I'm sorry. Very good afternoon, students. Can everybody hear me? Yes, can you all hear me, students? All right. So, welcome to our second session on human resource management. We are going to study some very important topics from exam point of view. The topics are job analysis, job design. We are going to study recruitment. Under recruitment, we will study internal and external sources of recruitment, and we will also go ahead and study the selection procedure. Very popular question is 7 steps, scientific steps for selection. We will conclude our session with the discussion on the e-selection process, which is a very popular question in the exams. So before we understand job analysis, let us begin with the concept job. So what is a job? A job is a specific task assigned to an individual or group of individuals. So when a task is given, definitely there is an objective which has to be achieved, and there are certain steps that have to be performed in order to achieve those objectives. So there are duties and responsibilities given to the person to execute the activities, and only when he has the authority and responsibility to perform those activities can we say that he can comply with his job and achieve the objectives, that is, complete the task given to him. So this is the meaning of the term job. So people who are appointed students in a business organization are here to do specific jobs, or they are there to achieve set targets and objectives. Now, job description and job specification. We're trying to understand the functions performed by the HR manager and his team. So when a particular job has to be executed, we need people to execute this particular job. So if you look at the structure of a business organization, to achieve the goals of the business organization, there are different functional departments. Now, all the levels or cadres of these departments have to be manned by people with given specific activities or tasks to do. So right from the top level to the bottom level, you require human resource, you require people to perform the activities of a business organization. And therefore, the human resource have to be recruited into your business organization. So if objective of an organization of maximization of profit has to be achieved, you need people to work in order to achieve those tasks. So now you have to understand every role, every task, or every position in the business organization, and what is the goal of that particular position. What is required by that particular section has to be understood very carefully, and therefore the HR manager has to perform this task of job analysis. So what do you do? What does the HR manager do when he's analyzing the various jobs of a business organization? So here he has to actually do two tasks. He has to first describe the job, exactly what is the name of the job. That means, for example, if we say you are hiring a marketing manager, so that is the designation. And then along with that job, you have to also give person specification. So if the role or the title of the job is marketing manager, then you have to specify the educational qualifications, experience, skills, abilities, aptitude, attitude of the person who will fit the job that is described or the role that is prescribed. So this is the simple meaning of job analysis. The process results in collecting and recording two data sets, including job description and job specification. Job description describes defined job. Job specification or employee or person specification describes the talent required to do the defined job. So job analysis has to be done by the HR manager and his team. He has to define every job that is to be performed in the business organization. When you define a job, you're describing the job. So it amounts to job description. And you also have to identify the person specification or the employee specification, known as job specification, wherein you are defining the talent required to do the defined job. Now, why do you need to do this job analysis? Now, unless you define the name of the job or the title of the job, and unless you are clear about what are the educational qualifications, experience, background, or skills required to complete that job, we will not be able to attract people from the masses to come in and apply for those positions, because people will not know what are the different titles or positions available in your business organization, how many are vacant, and what is the nature or the qualifications, experience, and skills required to do those jobs. So fundamentally, job analysis has to be clearly defined for the purpose of recruitment. It is necessary to define them accurately so that this particular job analysis is used right through not just recruitment, but also selection, and then the progress of this particular individual, because they are used for giving further training and also to fix salaries or promotions, for assessing the performance appraisal for people, and also for the growth, development, and the progress of employees in a business organization. So job analysis is an important tool for every aspect of HRM, such as performance appraisal, analyze training need. So a person may enter a particular post with the requisite training, but he may not be very good in that. He may have some skills, but of course, this particular job analysis will be able to help us find out that gap, and we can then design training courses for this. Fix salaries for a job by measuring the worth of a particular job. So obviously, the salary of a marketing manager is going to be much higher than a marketing officer, because the objectives or the responsibilities that these two jobs will expect from the individual who is taking up that position is going to be different. Now, job description and job specification are divided into two branches. Now, what are we going to study under job description, and what is job specification, also known as employee specification or person specification? Students, to make our session a little more interesting, I have actually got examples or templates which are used by companies when they are performing the job analysis task. So I will be sharing with you a template which shows what is job description, so that later on, when you are actually working in an HR organization or understanding the HR process, you will know that this is a job description template, and you will also see a job specification template. So as explained, job description involves defining the job title, for example, marketing manager or accounts clerk, or it could, if you're looking at middle-level management, you can look maybe search assistant. So a clear job title, job location. The location could be the name of the city, like Mumbai or Kolkata. Job summary, which will describe what exactly the person has to do. Reporting to, who is the person who is working on that job title has to report to a particular designation. The working conditions, job duties, machines to be used, and hazards. Obviously, machines to be used and hazards have to be very clearly defined when you're hiring bottom level or lower level people in the organization. When we're talking about the labor class, where they have to have skills of using certain specialized machinery and equipment, and also you have to define the hazards in this particular use of these machines. Job analysis also involves job specification. Job specification is nothing but person specification or employee specification, which will define the qualifications required to do a particular job. So if you're looking at a job title marketing manager, the qualifications has to be MBA marketing. Experience. So if it is a old company, we require an experienced person to be running this, because the company would be in its prime, doing very well, and the scale of the organization will be very large. So we cannot have freshers to head the marketing department. So you may ask for an experience of 5 years, 10 years, depending upon the responsibility the person has to take over. Training that is required, whether there are certain software or there are certain specialized courses that a person has to have to do this particular marketing activity. Refresher courses that will come under the training that the person should obviously have before they join a particular class. Their skills, responsibilities, emotional characteristics are very different for different job titles. For people working in the front office have to have different emotional characteristics than people working back office. And also there are certain positions which have to, where in the front office you need to handle a lot of stress. And so emotional characteristics is a very important aspect of job specification. And then sensory demands. So whether the person has the aptitude and the ability to do particular jobs, whether they are quick in noticing, in seeing, getting cues from different sensory organs, may also be the need of certain jobs or tasks. Now, to understand job description in greater detail, we know that when you are preparing a job description, it is like creating a dossier for that particular job. So this includes the basic job related data that is useful to advertise a specific job and attract a pool of talent. Now the job title, job location, reporting to, job summary, as explained in the previous slide, will all have to be mentioned in this job description. While we are on this particular slide of job description, students, please understand that the job description or the job analysis, when we are under job analysis, where we are defining job description, the description is documented in order to help the further activities of recruitment and selection. But this particular job description for a job cannot remain static. That means if you are defining a job description for a marketing manager, it cannot be just defined once right at the start of the business organization, and it cannot remain the way it is. This is because we know that business is situated in a very dynamic environment where systems change. For example, now we are in the COVID-19 scenario. So the challenges for a marketing manager in such a situation is going to be quite different. So there are a lot of uncertainties when we look at the environment, when we look at business, and also the role, responsibilities of different positions in the business organization change from time to time. The business organization may grow, may diversify, and therefore, once a job description is defined, we cannot leave it as a static document, and the HR manager has to go back to it and refresh it and revise it whenever he is doing the job analysis for a fresh batch of recruitment. Now, the purpose of job description. We have already discussed, but let's now understand that job description is required because job description is to collect job related data in order to advertise for a particular job. Now, unless you are able to clearly define job description, you will not be able to get the right candidate for the right job. So job description and person specification or job specification have to be clearly defined in order to make very sharp, correct, accurate advertisements. It clarifies what employees are supposed to do if selected for that particular job opening. So now in a particular advertisement, people who have the job specifications will be and who are interested in that particular job description are going to apply. So if there is ambiguity in job description and job specification, then the people applying for the jobs will not be valid people. And then this we will see only at the time of selection, which is again time consuming and a cost factor. It gives recruiting staff a clear view what kind of candidate is required by a particular department or division to perform a specific task or job. It also clarifies who will report to whom. So it has to be a very exhaustive detailing of job description, and it has to be refreshed from time to time. while we have understood job description where the title of the job is very clearly given and the tasks and the skills, educational qualifications, experience, hazards, all are mentioned, we will see the second arm of job analysis, which is job specification. As mentioned before, job specification is also called employee specification or person specification. So what is written down in this dossier or this document of job specification? The HR manager has to understand the job title and has to clearly define educational qualifications, specific qualities, level of experience, physical, emotional, technical, and communication skills required to perform a job, responsibilities involved in a job, and other unusual sensory demands. From the example that I have given you, we are discussing is marketing manager. If that is the job description, then the educational qualifications or job specification would be, an example is MBA in marketing. The experience may be 5 years of experience, and the person should have good communication skills and should be a people person who's ready to travel, because marketing again will entail a lot of travel, and he should be able to take a lot of risks and be able to handle the responsibilities of different divisions and departments of a large business organization. It also includes the general health, mental health, intelligence, aptitude, memory, judgment, leadership skills, emotional ability, adaptability, flexibility, values, and ethics, manners, and creativity. So it is not just enough to talk about your qualifications or your skills or your specialized courses that you have already taken. But it is very important to define the job specification, your mental health, intelligence, aptitude, judgment, whether you have led teams, what are the different projects that you have participated in or led, and what are your, whether these projects exhibit certain values, your adaptability, flexibility. All these requirements have to be clearly defined in the job specification section of job analysis. Purpose of job specification. Now, why do we have to make such a lengthy job specification? This helps candidates analyze whether they are eligible to apply for a particular job vacancy or not. For example, we say that job analysis involves job description and job specification, and this is then put into an advertisement. So when an advertisement is put, a prospective candidate will study both the job description and job specification, and if he fits into that particular category, he will apply. So if you are not going to write clearly that the marketing manager post, you require 5 years of experience, then you are bound to get candidates applying who are freshers or who have less than 5 years experience. So if you want the right person in the right job, the person with the requisite amount of experience, the mental ability, the intelligence, the ability to handle stress, uh, values, ethics, then you have to define all of this very clearly in your job specification section. Now, it helps recruiting teams of an organization understand what level of qualifications, qualities, and set of characteristics should be present in a candidate to make him or her eligible for the job opening. So the eligibility is clearly defined, and therefore a candidate, after reading the advertisement, which comprises of job description and job analysis, immediately at the face of it can declare whether he is eligible for the job or not eligible. In order to apply, he has to qualify into all aspects that are described in the advertisements. So job analysis is a starting point for creating an advertisement. Job specification gives detailed information about any job, including job responsibilities, desired technical and physical skills, conversational ability, and much more. It helps in selecting the most appropriate candidate for a particular job. So to conclude, the purpose of job analysis, job description and job specification are two integral parts of job analysis. They define a job need and guide both employer and employee on how to go about the whole process of recruitment and selection. Both data sets are extremely relevant for creating a right fit between job and talent, evaluate performance, and analyze training needs and measure the work of a particular job. So this is the purpose of job analysis, and it is used, as we understand, right from the beginning of recruiting, selection, deciding the pay package, finding out what are the different training needs, the growth, aspiration, and the career development part of the human resource of a business organization. It's very, very necessary for performance appraisal activities as well. Now, if we will see a very important, now to go back to the first slide where we said, what is a job? We said job is a task. So before a job analysis is performed, HR manager has to actually design every job. So while he is designing the job, what does he actually do? The process of defining how work will be performed and what tasks will be required in a given job. So factors affecting job designing are organizational factors, environmental factors, and behavioral factors. So we must understand that job design is very, very specific to an organization, to its environment, and other behavioral factors. You cannot have a common job design all across all business organizations. So if you are looking at small business organizations or multinational corporations, and you're looking at the job of a marketing manager, it's going to vary from organization to organization. It is going to vary with environmental factors, the behavioral factors. All these are aspects which have to be taken into consideration when the HR manager actually designs a job. So the starting point is to design jobs. Once this is done, then they move ahead of doing the job analysis part, which means job description and job specification. So if a short note is asked on job design, you must understand that job design happens before job analysis. And the concept of job design is the process of deciding on the contents of a job in terms of its duties and responsibilities. This pertains to the very first slide that I showed you, where we try to understand what is a job. A job is nothing but a task which has to be performed in order to achieve an objectives. And if those objectives have to be achieved, then the person appointed has to be given duties and responsibilities. Most importantly, has to also be given the authority to perform the task. In the methods to be used in carrying out the job design in terms of techniques, systems and procedures, and on the relationship that should exist between the job holder and his superior subordinates and colleagues. So while we are designing a particular job, we have to very clearly mention the entire correlation between the people who are involved or connected with that particular job. So if you're looking at a marketing manager, he responds maybe to the CEO or the managing director of the organization, and he will be the head of a team, which is nothing but the marketing department of the organization, comprising a large team of people. He will also have people beside him. The marketing manager will have to interact with people at his own level, which could be the finance manager, the accounts manager, the HR manager. So we are looking at the job design vis-a-vis other positions in the business organization. So a lot of things have to be studied before the particular job is designed. So I would like to show you the source from where I was able to collect data for all these interesting slides. And we have ended with this section on job analysis. Now, as I have promised you all, I would like to show you one more interesting slide where I would like to give an example of job description, the way they actually do it in a business organization. So if you are part of an HR team and you have to create a job description template, what is it that you have to actually do? So the HR manager has to first define the job title. Now, the example that they have taken over here is accounts assistant. What are we doing, students? We are doing the function of job analysis. Job analysis requires defining two important functions that are job description and job specification. So if when you're doing job description, you are first defining a job title. In this particular template, the job title, it is this selected is accounts assistant. Then under job description, the second aspect is job location. The job location is Mumbai. Job summary. Now an example of job summary is we are looking to employ an efficient and detail-oriented accounts assistant to assist our accounting firm with all clerical and basic accounting tasks. The accounts assistant's responsibilities include updating our client records, responding to clients' inquiries in a timely manner, and filling pertinent documentation. We should also be able to review and calculate employee reimbursements for necessary work-related expenses. So this is an example of how a job summary, a job summary is describing the particular job title. So the job title is accounts assistant. Job summary will tell you exactly the information about the accounts assistant, what are the responsibilities and what is expected of this particular accounts assistant if he is appointed in the organization. Then the job description will also have to give information about reporting to. So the accounts assistant here will be reporting to accounts officer, which is already defined. Now, the duties and responsibilities are very clearly defined in job description. So the accounts assistant's duties and responsibilities are analyzing financial records to identify errors and discrepancies, preparing year-end financial reports to evaluate the financial performance of companies, regularly updating all accounting ledgers and journals, performing reconciliations of clients' bank accounts to ensure accuracy of cash records, entering clients' transactional data into the appropriate accounting program, recording clients' petty cash transactions in the petty cash journal, ensuring that all office expenditure remains within budget, backing up all office and client records to prevent loss of data. So very clearly in the job description, all the duties and responsibilities that need to be performed by the accounts assistant is clearly described in a bulleted manner. Working conditions. So the accounts assistant's working conditions is also defined. They say it is desk work, may require to travel to different work locations. And machines to be used, computers and all gadgets and tools used in accounts office and administrative office. So this is how the HR manager prepares the job description when he is doing the task of the job analysis. Now we will study another document which is our job specification. Okay. Now, this is a template of job specification. So job analysis is job description and job specification. We just saw how job description is actually done, and we studied a template for job description. Now, in our example, we are going to study the template for job specification. Now, here is a sample job specification which is required for a marketing manager in a telecom company. So continuing with our first example of marketing manager. Now, this particular template for job specification. So if you're looking at a position of marketing manager, the job specification template will begin with defining education. If you look at the columnar structure, there is a column which talks about education, work experience, skills and knowledge, personality traits, and the second column will actually define all the items listed on the left column. So education must be an engineer and MBA in marketing for a reputed MBA institute. Now you will say, why engineer? Because the company is a telecom company. So it is not enough just to have a simple MBA in marketing and any other graduation degree. So this particular company, because it is a telecom company, insists that the candidates who apply for a marketing manager position should mandatorily have an engineering degree. Work experience must have prior work experience in marketing and sales, preferably telecom or fast-moving consumer goods. Skills and knowledge must be a good communicator and must be able to lead a team. Prior experience in handling ATL, BTL activities and managing promotional events, must be able to handle social media like Facebook, Twitter, and help build online brand. Experience in managing PR and media, strong analytical skills and problem solving skills, must understand business, come up with innovative products and launch them. Personality traits must be presentable and a good orator, should be calm in complex situations and show leadership skills in managing multiple teams, should be emotionally strong and should give timely deliverables. The above table is a sample of job specification. More specific details can also be put to give a better understanding about the job. So students, with the help of an example of job analysis, I think we have been able to appreciate what is job analysis. Yes. Do you have any questions regarding job analysis? I can see Nidhi, Pawan, Rajesh, Ashwin. Yes. Uh, you're all on my screen now. Okay. Any doubts, any difficulties, please feel free to ask me now.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so can I go ahead? Yes, can I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So now, students, we have our second slide. 1 minute. This has taken me to my Zoom meeting. 1 minute. To YouTube. Let me just move out of YouTube. Come to my. Okay, where are I? Okay. So students, if you have understood the concept of job analysis, you have appreciated the examples that I've shared about job analysis, particularly the templates on job description and job specification. Now we will move on to the second topic of our session today, that is understanding recruitment and then selection. Yes, so I will start with the section on recruitment. Now, The objective of this particular PowerPoint presentation is to study the meaning of the term recruitment, and we are also going to study various sources of recruitment. We are going to discuss the advantages and limitations that exist in internal and external sources of recruitment, and we will then conclude with a very important topic on selection procedures. So, what is recruitment? Now, the HR manager has the responsibility of hiring people who have the capabilities and have the potential in performing the different tasks that are defined in different roles and positions in your business organization. So when recruitment as an activity is being done, Edwin Flippo has defined recruitment in a very crisp manner. He says recruitment is the process of searching for prospective employees. Who are prospective employees? They are people who are going to become employees. They are the general people in society. So recruitment is a process of searching for prospective employees, future employees, and stimulating them to apply for jobs in the organization. So think of a business organization which has different functional departments. Every department will have several vacancies, and all these vacancies have to be filled in by the right people. And we have to then attract people from the society to apply for these job positions. And then we have to do the interview and selection uh, activities, and then we have to induct them and place them in our organizations. So, what is actually recruitment? In recruitment activity, we have to attract people, good people from the society, make them believe in our organization, make them have faith in our philosophy, our values, and want them to actually apply for all these vacant positions in our organization. So, recruitment is the process of searching for prospective employees. Prospective employees means future employees, and stimulating them. To stimulate them means attracting them, stimulating them to apply for jobs in the organization. Meaning of recruitment. Recruitment is the process of attracting and obtaining as many applications as possible from eligible job seekers. Now, the key words in this particular meaning is as many applications as possible. So when we're looking at recruiting, it's not just finding the first person who is applied and you see that he has certain qualifications and experience and immediately give him the job. Such an activity does not happen. Every HR manager and every organization wants the best person to get the job or fill up the vacancy in the organization. So when you do job analysis and you define job description and job specification and include all that information in an advertisement and give also some little history of your company and also bring out the brand value of your organization, you are able to attract people from the organization, from the society. And the objective of recruitment is to try and get many applications for a particular vacancy. And then we can say that from all the applicants that applications that have come in, we should be able to do the selection process and see and get one or the best candidate most suitable for that particular position. Now, sources of recruitment. Students, please pay attention again. This is very, very important from exam point of view. Very simple, very scoring, but something that you must be able to actually draw in this particular schema format, where if you draw the schema, you will be able to get some more marks. So sources of managerial recruitment. Now we are looking at managerial recruitment. If you are looking out for the right person for the right job, filling up vacancies in your business organization, basically you're looking at sources from where you can hire these people. So there are two sources of recruitment. Okay, there is an internal source and an external source. So the internal source comprises of promotions, retirements, former employees, transfers, and internal advertisements. And the external source of recruitment comprises of uh, making advertisements, press advertisements, campus interviews, taking help from agencies, acting in employment exchange, online for walk-in interviews, the e-recruitment, and something. So we're going to try and study both the internal and external sources of recruitment. Now, why are these trying to understand sources of uh, basically, there's an internal source and external source. The internal source, final facing, is something which is a quick source to get in the particular. It is less expensive. The person that you're looking at from the internal source is a knows your organization already, and therefore the time and money you're going to spend in inducting this person is going to be much less vis-a-vis an external source. So if you're going to fill up a vacancy in your office organization where you are going to hire from outside, then definitely making advertisements or using any of these other methods of campaigns is going to involve outsiders. It's going to be necessary. You will be spending money and then bringing in this selecting them, placing them, inducting them, not even doing that kind of it is going to involve not finding money. But all the same, we cannot only rely on an internal source or on an external source. We have to see, look at both the sources, and depending upon the urgency of the living to the particular vacancy, we can then decide about the internal source or the external source. So let's begin with the internal source of recruitment. Now, if we're looking at an internal source of recruitment, the first source is promotions. So now when will promotion fill in a vacancy? A promotion can fill in a vacancy only if you are a business organization, which is actually very keen on succession planning. So if there is a position of, let us say, a marketing manager, which is going to be vacant in a couple of months, which means the marketing manager is either retiring or he has put in his papers for resignation and he is going for 3 months or 4 months. Then we can think of promoting a subordinate who is ready to take on the responsibility of the position. So this will happen in succession planning. This way of business organization. What is succession planning? So when you are in a role of leadership, it's very important to train a subordinate who also has the capabilities and take them along with you so that if when you retire or when you leave, the person is junior will be very easy promoted to that position. So, say marketing manager is retiring or leaving, then the junior marketing manager or the subordinate, one subordinate should be very quickly promoted to that position if he is sufficiently trained. The second source for internal recruitment is retirement. Now, going with the same example of marketing manager, we say that suppose you're going to retire in 6 months time, and the company has not been or has not followed the pattern of succession plan. There is nobody ready to be promoted to this position. Then what would you do? Then you would request this person who is marketing manager to retire in 6 months to stay on for couple of months more before they are able to get another person for that position. So extend the reply. If a person has retired and he has gone away, either call him back or give him an extension so that position does not remain vacant. And the company will have sufficient time to either search work again from internal sources or external sources. For example, if you due to retire in 6 months, we have selected external sources and have made press advertisements and it's upcoming selection procedures taking place. From amongst the numerous applications that have come, they are not able to get the person with the connection, experience, condition, uh, and because they have some trouble in the and there, in such a case, the requirement should be extended. So requirement is also an important for the employee. Former employees. A former employee is like recently we know that uh, lots of banks they call in their former employees, people who have left and gone, people who have left, people who are moved on to other branches, doing other assignments. They are called back when a particular vacancy is created and they are not able to fill that new vacancy. So, an internal sources active uh, that this former employees is a very important source. So former employees is a little different from retirement. Former employee could be a person who is shifted from one department to another, or who has left and gone and who has the necessary skills but is no longer with you, who has resigned in there. You can call him back and say like we want him to fill this position. So please work with us in the way. Then we can look at transfers. If there is a vacancy, if there is a vacancy, it's not necessary only to look at a subordinate who has been trained for succeeding this. You can also look at growth. So if it's a large organization and you have divisions and departments, central, western, you can have transfers from the western region to the southern region. And then these positions. So if somebody is well trained in the southern region and there is a position of marketing manager in the central region, he could be transferred to the other position. Internal advantages. What are internal? Many times, there could be people who are ambitious in this organization and they're looking out for new prospects within the organization. So you may be a junior and you may have done your job still very, very well. You may have done a lot of courses, you have graded yourself, ambitious projects, but you aspire to become a student, but then you are not the subordinate or a marketing. So you are not in the succession, but you have the ready. And there are many employees in business organizations who want to move fast. They want to take long jumps in the organization. And they work very hard at recruitment in their organization. So in order to promote people from within the same organization, then there are vacancies, internal advertisements are put up in the administrative office of organizations. And there are circulars around asking for people with people qualifications, skill sets, psychological capabilities, local aptitude, apply for those positions. I can give you an example. Maybe you're looking for the vice chancellor of the university was advertised, and there were so many people, so many principals, from different colleges, from different universities to apply for that particular post. I think now for a VC of Mumbai University, you won't just place press advertisement in the as an external advertisement. You could send it to all the colleges in Mumbai region itself, Mumbai University, affiliate colleges itself. So people who aspire to become the VC Mumbai University who feel they have the knowledge, the experience, the capability, they could apply for this particular position. So you could send in circulars, you could put up notices in the administrative offices and invite all people to apply for these particular positions. So that is called internal affiliation. Okay, now let us study some of the external sources of recruitment. Under external sources of recruitment, the most popular and I feel the best format is an advertisement. So we make press advertisements, we make advertising newspapers, magazines. Uh, what are you doing? You are doing job analysis and your advertisement. You are mentioning the job description and job specification. You are giving some information about the history of your company. Also trying to show the brand value of your company because you're trying to attract and stimulate people from the masses to apply for those positions. So when you're looking at external source of recruitment, it means the business organization is ready to wait for the entire recruitment and selection process. And then if we want a new fresh blood, we don't want to hire from within. We want to have people from outside who they want new knowledge, new ideas. So obviously, people from within already have an experience of the company and they are already well molded to the philosophy and working patterns of the. But when you want to hire from outside, you have people who do not have any of these international issues. So they are new, they're fresh, and they come with new, bright, bold ideas, which definitely will help a business organization. So, press advertisements is a very good source of external campus interviews. All of us students know this campus interview very recently. We had in our college a placement year where we had 32 companies coming into our campus. They all had different positions. There are jobs in banks, financial companies, media, so many sectors, with so many companies that they came into our college. We gave them desks to sit in, and you're all lined up with your biodata, your resume, and interviews inside the college. So they came to see students who are graduating or who want to work while they're studying. And these pressures are then activities to support. So campus interviews is a source of external recruitment for this company to not fresh campus. Obviously, you cannot go into a campus interview and say, for the position of marketing manager with 5 years of experience. That cannot happen when you are going for campus interviews. So obviously, the first line of employment, um, the positions where young employees are required, then campus interview is the best. We have placement agencies. So recruitment students is a business activity. So there are companies which are formed which do the placement activity. So you all know that business organizations want to fill in their vacancies as well as possible. So when they place advertisements or go to campuses, sometimes it may take time to find the right person. And therefore they go to these professionals who are doing for cost. So these companies they gather biodata of people who are looking out for jobs, and then they actually bring together companies who have vacancies and people who are looking for those positions. And for this particular placement function, they are given a commission. Sometimes these placement agencies take commission in from the candidate. Many times they take the commission from the company as well as the candidate. sometimes to take a position in the policy. The first is an external source of recruitment, very important because companies may not want to spend so much time and effort and money to going through advertisements, campuses. The fourth format would be there is employment exchange. Of course, now this is not so popular during my time when I was in college. As soon as we got into the final year, we were asked to go and register with the government employment exchange. And we had to give all our details, our name, our address, our qualifications, our age, and we would also tell the employment exchange what kind of jobs we are looking out for, what is the kind of work we want to do, what is the salary we are looking at. And these government employment exchanges will then help us in finding jobs that we need, and then if they find an appropriate job, they will write a letter to us and what jobs from these government employment exchanges. Of course, today we have e-recruit happening, which is a web-based activity, and we are now quite very happy using these very close to employment exchange. But of course, it is very important service. Then companies, instead of making lots of press advertisements, they announce something known as walk-in interviews. So what are walk-in interviews? Walk-in interviews are you make a quick press advertisement or use social media to announce the vacancies in what is organization. And immediately you announce a day vacancy and allow for walk-in interviews. You do not have a very detailed procedure for it. You allow people to just walk in, give them the idea of job analysis, job description, specification in that advertisement. And anybody having qualifications and who want to do that job can walk into that company with the doors and pay. And this walk-in interview can happen for 1 day, 2 days, 5 days. And the people who walk in use 2 days or 5 days, this candidate is here. This is a very quick, modern way of excellent work. Now, e-recruitment is nothing but some websites that we see. So the placement agencies are actual people who are collecting a database and their companies. So e-recruitment is nothing but placement agencies and the websites. So their businesses, that is businesses. So when Naukri.com is an example of an e-recruitment. So you get into Naukri.com, you register various people for fee, details, and then you will be a job. So e-recruitment is something that all young personal engineering is a very efficient way of pursuing recruitment. And then you have competitors. So suppose you want to fill in some positions of you are an IT if you're an IT company, there are so many other IT companies in the instead of now this is more like a headhunting. So if you want to fill in top-notch positions, you go to a headhunter and you will directly go for competitors and go to a person working in that position. So marketing, IT chief. Why not? Telling that there is this vacancy. Uh, Suppose this person is working in X company and there is a vacancy in that company. So the headhunter will go to this person using the X company and say there is the same vacancy for a better rate, higher position in that company. Please leave and join our company. We will give you 1.5 times the salary, we will give you more visits. And from the good competitors firms, they will try to attract people and pull into another company. So this is also a way that recruitment is done. Normally headhunters are used for pulling out people or attracting people from people studies to join the work. So students, the slide is again here. I will not elaborate. You can have a look at it. In the course of recruitment, first one is promotion. Uh, Result enhancements in pay, position, responsibility, and authority, filling in vacancies that promoting from within the organization motivates employees and increases loyalty of employees. So when we're looking at internal sources of recruitment, students, please pay attention because while I'm talking about describing the internal and external sources of recruitment, we're also trying to understand the advantages and disadvantages, and the benefits and limitations of internal sources and external sources. So internal sources definitely have a lot of benefits because it's very easy to look within your business organization for your own people your team work with, and get them to move up and fill in vacancies. These people will be very happy. Okay, so if you're promoting somebody to a higher position, you will be very happy. He's going to get more salary, he's going to be motivated because he's doing more responsibility. And he will try to sort of remain in the organization and help him to career path. So loyalty of the employees is huge for us when you look into internal sources of retirements. Retired employees will be given extension in service in case of non-given employees. So this is also one popular internal source of retirement. Former employees who had performed well during their tenure, they have been shifted to another section. Higher wages and incentives, you may have to give them higher wages and incentives to attract them back to that particular section. And former employees again will be a good source of employment transfer. Employees may be transferred from one department to another wherever post is internal advertisements, the existing MP may be interested in taking up related jobs. If they are working in the company for a long time, they know about the specification and description of the job. For their benefit, the advertisement within the company is certainly provide the funds would be needed. Now, we look at external sources of recruitment, press advertisements, very, very good source of external recruitment, a right choice to select the appropriate candidate. It gives publicity to vacant posts and the details about the job in the form of job description and job specification are made available to public in the so you can get the best person from outside. Campus interviews, best possible method for companies to select students from various education institutions. It is easy and economical because you don't have to spend on making expensive advertisements, hiring people for selected. The HR team for the company, they go directly to the company, like to the college, like they have come to our and they visit, they will do interviews in the campus many times. Along with campus interviews, certain companies also conduct written tests in the campus itself. So all the steps will be completed, inspection, and are completed in the campus itself. Both the personal interview, the technical interview, and he gets done in the campus and the candidate is selected and appointed later decision. Right? So all this takes place in the campus. The students get a good opportunity to prove themselves and get selected. Placement agencies. So what do these businesses who do the placement activity do? Their job is to create a data bank of candidates. So they look into the jobs, they go to these companies or placement agencies and they register. While they register, they give details of their biodata. They also details of their educational qualifications, the previous jobs that they have done, their experiences. Then that is all that is necessary in the specification, personal specification details are given, and all the previous jobs or the titles that they have held are all explained and their abilities, aptitude, uh, their attitude towards a particular task or activity, and all of this will be captured by the placement agency and maintained in the database of the organization. So, employment exchange. So this is an old method where people register themselves to public employment exchanges with personal details. According to the needs, request of the organization, the candidates are sent for interviews. Walk-in interviews, these interviews are declared by companies on specific day and time and conducted for selection. E-recruitment, various sites such as jobs.com, naukri.com are available electronic sites on which candidates upload their resume and seek jobs. Competitors, by offering better terms and conditions of service, the human resource managers try to get employees working in the competitors' option. So, as I explained to you, the headhunters do exactly this. They have a own database and know exactly who are all the people working in different top positions in different organizations. And whenever there are vacancies in these positions, the headhunters are able to then attract people from completely close to. Now, I have spoken for almost 1.5 hours, 1 hour and 21 minutes. Now, students, I would like you all to discuss and talk about the benefits and limitations of internal and external sources of. I have already been discussing these advantages and limitations. I would like you all to explain. Rajesh, can you switch on your audio and video and talk to us and discuss benefits and limitations of internal and external sources? Rajesh, are you there? Students, you can unmute. Nikita, can you give me some advantages and disadvantages?
या मैम बोलो.
आप advantages और disadvantages दीजिए internal और external sources of recruitment. अगर आप रिक्रूट कर रही है और आप इंटरनल सोर्स का इस्तेमाल कर रही हो तो उसमें कंपनी को फायदा क्या होता है और नुकसान भी क्या होता है?
मैम आपका आवाज थोड़ा ब्रेक होके आ रहा है.
अभी
हाँ मैम अभी आ रहा है, क्लियर आ रहा है.
हाँ, सेशन बराबर सुनाई दिया ना पूरा?
हाँ मैम सुनाई दिया, बस लास्ट का 5 मिनट्स थोड़ा ब्रेक हो रहा था.
अच्छा, वो कभी-कभी वो इसका वो एको हो जाता है. तो जो हम ये रिक्रूटमेंट का सेक्शन पढ़ रहे थे वो एग्जाम के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है और इसमें हम इंटरनल और एक्सटर्नल सोर्सेस अभी हम सारे देखें. तो अगर कोई जॉब वैकेंसी हमें फिल इन करनी है तो अगर हम कंपनी के अंदर से ही लोगों को इनवाइट करें काम के लिए तो उसमें बहुत सारा फायदा होता है और कभी-कभी कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स भी हो सकती हैं. तो नाउ ये मेरा प्रश्न है, व्हाट आर द बेनिफिट्स एंड लिमिटेशंस ऑफ इंटरनल एंड एक्सटर्नल सोर्सेज ऑफ रिक्रूटमेंट. मेरे स्लाइड्स में नहीं रखा है, ये आप लोग डिस्कस करो क्योंकि मैंने ये एक्सप्लेन किया है. लेकिन आप बोलोगी
नो मैम, मेरे को अभी कुछ समझा ही नहीं. मेरे को व्हाट्सएप नंबर नहीं मिला था ना, तो फिर मेरे भाई का यूज किया, तो मेरे को कुछ समझा ही नहीं. मैं अभी बीच में से आई हूँ.
अच्छा बट आप अभी तो हो ना इंटरनल और एक्सटर्नल सोर्सेज ऑफ रिक्रूटमेंट। इंटरनल सोर्स ऑफ रिक्रूटमेंट मतलब क्या कि अगर आपके कंपनी में कुछ वैकेंसियां है तो आप अपने ही कंपनी के लोगों को प्रमोट करके वो उनको वो जॉब वो पोजीशन फिल अप करती है।
मतलब जॉब
तो
अपॉर्चुनिटी देते हो ना
हाँ
जो
और
इंटरनल।
हाँ
और
हाँ
एक्सटर्नल सोर्स में क्या होता है?
आप बाहर एडवर्टाइजमेंट डालती है और बाहर के लोगों को आप फिर इंटरव्यू करके वो पोजीशन फिल अप करते हैं।
अच्छा, एडवर्टाइज मतलब एडवर्टाइज करके उनको एक्सटर्नल सोर्स करना है।
हाँ मतलब बाहर से भी लोग आएंगे ना जॉब करने के
हाँ
लिए। इंटरनल में आप एडवर्टाइज नहीं करती हो, आप इंटरनली एडवर्टाइज करती हो, मतलब कंपनी के अंदर ही आप लोगों को बोलते हो कि ये पोजीशन खाली हो गया है, अगर किसी को पोजीशन में इंटरेस्ट है तो अप्लाई करो। समझ में आ रहा है?
हाँ हाँ।
तो ये इंटरनल सोर्स में फायदा क्या है कंपनी के लिए?
इंटरनल में मतलब हम लोग जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी देते हैं किसी को, स्टूडेंट लोग को, तो उनको मतलब थोड़ा मतलब कॉन्फिडेंट मिलता है कि हाँ जॉब जॉब बोलते हैं ना, जॉब डिस्कसर, जॉब को जिसको जॉब नहीं रहता है कभी कभी।
हाँ वो तो हो गया कैंपस प्लेसमेंट। मैं बोल रही हूँ कि
हाँ।
सोचो आप ऑलरेडी कंपनी में काम कर रही हो, किसी का
हम्म।
वर्किंग इन अ कंपनी, आप जूनियर लेवल पे हो और
हाँ
उसी डिपार्टमेंट में आपका सीनियर अभी वो छोड़ के गया है।
हाँ
हाँ तो आपको ऐसा लगता है दिल में कि अरे मुझे वहाँ पे प्रमोशन देना चाहिए, बट जब तक वो लोग आपको बोलेंगे नहीं तब तक आप उस जॉब की पोजीशन के लिए अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते हो ना।
हाँ, वो तो है मैम।
हाँ तो उसमें अगर वो आपको बोले कि चलो इंटरेस्ट है तो बोलो अप्लाई करो, तो अगर आप अप्लाई करती हो तो फायदा आपको होगा ना कि
हाँ
उन्होंने
होता है।
हाँ कि उन्होंने आपको चांस दिया। अगर वो चाहते तो बाहर से भी किसी को लगा सकते थे ना वहाँ पे।
हाँ
समझ गए ना मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ?
हाँ
तो
बोलिए।
इंटरनेट में क्या होता है कि जब वैकेंसीज निकलती है और अंदर के लोगों को भी वो पहला चांस देते हैं बड़े
हाँ
बड़े
मैम,
पोजीशन को।
एग्जिस्टिंग जो मतलब पहले वर्कर लोग रहते हैं ना।
हाँ तो उनको ही पहली चांस अगर वो देंगे तो एम्प्लॉयज खुश हो जाएंगे कि अरे हमारी कंपनी हमारे बारे में सोचती है, हमको आगे बढ़ाने को कोशिश करती है। और फिर आप लॉयल हो जाओगे, आप छोड़ के नहीं जाओगे कंपनी को क्योंकि आपको कंपनी चांस दे रही है बड़ी। अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं। और कंपनी को
यस।
क्या फायदा होता है कि
यस
अरे
मैम।
आपको वापस आपको कंपनी को फायदा ये होता है कि जल्द से जल्द वो आप नया ऊपर वाला पोजीशन में काम शुरू कर सकती है क्योंकि आप इंसाइडर हो। इसमें टाइम उनका वेस्ट नहीं होता है, फिर एडिटिंग का वो लोग खर्चा नहीं करना पड़ता है, इंटरव्यूज नहीं लेने पड़ते हैं, राइट? तो कंपनी का टाइम बचता है, कॉस्ट खर्चा बचता है। और फिर इंटरनली जब आप उसको प्रमोट करते हो तो फिर आपको ट्रेनिंग इंडक्शन ये सब काम नहीं करने पड़ते हैं क्योंकि पर्सन जो है इनसाइडर है, उसको ऑलरेडी सब मालूम है। तो फायदे काफी सारे होते हैं। बट अगर कंपनी सोचती है कि हमें इंटरनली नहीं लेना है, बाहर से किसी को लगाना है ये वाले वैकेंसी की, तो इससे कंपनी को फायदा क्या होता है? ये कोई एक्सप्लेन कर सकता है? यस संतोष है, संतोष बताओ।
मैम अगर इंटरनल जो वैकेंसी मिलता है एम्प्लॉय लोग को, तो उन लोग को
हाँ
फायदा ये होता है कि पहला हक उन लोग को रहता है।
हाँ
हाँ,
यस
फर्स्ट उन लोग को मिलेगा। और एक्सटर्नल में मतलब आउटसाइड वाले लोग कंपनी, मतलब आउटसाइड कंपनी में देखना पड़ता है ना फॉर्म।
हाँ मतलब वो एडवर्टाइज करते हैं और बाहर के लोग आएंगे ना इंटरव्यू के लिए।
हाँ मैम।
आप समझ रहे ना? तो अगर वो सोचे कि हमको इंटरनल वालों को पहले नहीं बोलना है, बाहर से हमको लोगों को लेना है, तो ये ऐसा क्यों सोचते हैं? कुछ कंपनी वो लोग एडवर्टाइज क्यों करते हैं? वो इंटरनली क्यों नहीं लेते हैं? अभी सोचो मार्केटिंग रिटायर हो रहा है तो उसका जो सबॉर्डिनेट है जिसको ऑलरेडी आपने ट्रेनिंग दी गई है उसको आप मार्केटिंग मैनेजर बना सकते हो। बट कंपनी सोचती है अरे नहीं अभी हम इस बार एडवर्टाइज करें, बाहर से किसी को लाए, तो कंपनी को क्या फायदा हो सकता है? ऑलरेडी है ना जूनियर, तो अगर प्रमोट करेंगे तो चल जाएगा ना। तो बाहर से क्यों लाना चाहते हैं लोग? कुछ आइडिया क्या है? कोई बोल सकता
फायदा
है?
मैम फायदा मैम वही होता रहेगा जो मतलब इंटरनल एम्प्लॉय लोग रहेंगे, वो लोग अपना कंपनी का नाम बढ़ाएंगे, इम्प्रूव करेंगे, लोगों का सिलेक्शन होएगा, ऊंचे पोस्ट पर अप्रिशिएट होएंगे वो लोग।
हाँ,
हाँ
वो हो गया एडवांटेज। बट अगर अपने ही अंदर के लोगों को कंपनी ने प्रमोट नहीं किया, उन्होंने एडवर्टाइज किया और बाहर के लोगों को इंटरव्यू करके बाहर से नया पर्सन को लाके मार्केटिंग मैनेजर, तो आप अभी केयरफुली, कंपनी को इससे फायदा होता है क्योंकि जब आप बाहर से किसी इंसान को लाते हो आपके कंपनी में बड़े पोजीशन में, तो ऑब्वियसली ये पर्सन बाहर काम करके आया है, तो दूसरे कंपनीज के पॉलिसीज, वर्किंग फॉर्मेट्स का पूरा नॉलेज है। तो जो चीज वहां पे अच्छी तरह से आइडियाज चली वो आपकी कंपनी में लाएगा, उसका फायदा आपको होगा। एक नया सोच, नया फ्रेश आइडिया, फ्रेश काम करने का तरीका बाहर वाला आदमी लेके आएगा।
हाँ मैम, मतलब बाहर का आइडिया आएगा अगर आउटसाइड कंपनी से कोई आएगा तो।
तो भले ही कंपनी को खर्चा होता है एडवर्टाइज करने का और भले ही पूरा टाइम भी चला जाता है, फिर भी कभी कभी कुछ पोजीशंस के लिए जब वैकेंसी होती है तो कंपनी बाहर वाले लोगों को भी अपॉइंट करने के लिए प्रिफर करती है, क्योंकि इसमें कंपनी की बेनिफिट होता है, उनको दूसरे कंपनीज के आइडियाज, पॉलिसीज और प्रैक्टिस का इंफॉर्मेशन मिलता है और वो भी आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। अगर आप इनसाइडर को ही प्रमोट करोगे तो वो जो चल रहा है वही चलाते रहेगा। आप
हाँ
समझ
मैम,
रहे हो?
जो पुराना आइडिया चलेगा, जो पुराना आइडिया
हाँ,
चलता है वही आइडिया नहीं
करेक्ट, उसके दिमाग में जो है पहले से वही चलते रहेगा, तो कुछ नया नहीं होगा, कुछ इनोवेशन नहीं होगा, कुछ चैलेंजिंग नहीं होगा, तो वही पुराना डेडवुड जो है वो चलते रहेगा। तो ये जो एडवांटेजेस और डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ इंटरनल और एक्सटर्नल सोर्सेज, मतलब एक्सटर्नल में खर्चा तो होगा, टाइम तो जाएगा, बट फायदा भी होता है। करेक्ट? तो ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ इंटरनल ही अच्छा है, कभी कभी एक्सटर्नल सोर्स ऑफ रिक्रूटमेंट भी
हाँ मैम।
बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट होता है। ओके, थैंक यू फॉर द डिस्कशन स्टूडेंट्स। अभी हम नेक्स्ट लास्ट यूनिट के जा रहे हैं। आधा घंटा है हमारे पास अभी, यस, टाइम 5:30 हो गया है। इस आधे घंटे में हमको सिलेक्शन का पूरा करना है। सो वी आर मूविंग ऑन टू सिलेक्शन नाउ स्टूडेंट्स। हम रिक्रूटमेंट में क्या कर रहे हैं? रिक्रूटमेंट में जो एचआर मैनेजर है वो कोशिश कर रहा है कि सोसाइटी में से लोग अपने कंपनी में अप्लाई करें और जो भी पोजीशंस है उसमें सबसे बेहतरीन लोग काम करने के लिए अप्लाई करें। तो पहला स्टेप होता है रिक्रूटमेंट। रिक्रूटमेंट बराबर होने के लिए पहले तो जॉब डिजाइन करनी पड़ती है एचआर मैनेजर को। सब कंपनी के जो भी पोजीशंस है, जो भी जॉब्स है उसका डिजाइन करना पड़ता है। फिर जॉब एनालिसिस करनी पड़ती है। जॉब एनालिसिस मतलब जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन, जॉब स्पेसिफिकेशन, ये करने के बाद ये डेटा को लेके एक एडवर्टाइजमेंट बनानी पड़ती है और फिर रिक्रूटमेंट का काम होता है। बाकी लोगों को अट्रैक्ट करेंगे कि ये पोजीशन देखते हैं हमारे कंपनी में, प्लीज अप्लाई फॉर पोजीशन इन द कंपनी। तो जब कंपनी ये एडवर्टाइजमेंट करती है, लोग एडवर्टाइजमेंट देखते वेरीफाई फॉर दोज पोजीशन। तो बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशन, एक पोस्ट के लिए कंपनी को बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशन मिल जाते हैं। So now what is selection? Meaning of selection? Selection is the process of choosing the most suitable candidate for the vacant position in the organization. तो एक पोजीशन के लिए बहुत सारे जब भी एप्लीकेशन मिलते हैं तो सिलेक्शन का काम है चूज करना एक पर्टिकुलर कैंडिडेट जो सबसे सुटेबल है उस वेकेंट पोजीशन से। इस काम को हम सिलेक्शन करते हैं। So in other words, selection means weeding out unsuitable applications. Weeding out मतलब क्या? जब आप एडवर्टाइजमेंट देते हो तो इतने सारे एप्लीकेशन को आप सिलेक्ट नहीं करेंगे। बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशंस में अनवांटेड कैंडिडेट्स आएंगे, ऐसे ही लोग अप्लाई करते हैं। वो लोग एलिजिबल नहीं होते हैं। आपको 5 साल का एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए तो 3 साल वाला भी आएगा, 0 एक्सपीरियंस वाला भी अप्लाई करेगा। तो अप्लाई करते हैं लोग ऐसे अप्लाई करते हैं। तो उनको सब हटाने का काम और सिर्फ जो करेक्ट एप्लीकेशन है उनको सेलेक्ट करना, ये काम है सिलेक्शन का। मूविंग ऑन टू स्टेप्स इन सिलेक्शन। तो जब सिलेक्शन होती है तो इसमें कौन से सारे स्टेप्स होते हैं? इनवाइटिंग एप्लीकेशन।
मैम आपको वॉइस में वापस प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है।
यस मैम।
सुनाई दे रही है? हेलो हेलो,
हाँ हेलो मैम।
सुनाई दे रहा है?
हाँ अभी सुनाई दे रहा है मैम।
हाँ, तो पहला जो काम है स्टेप्स इन सिलेक्शन प्रोसीजर देख रहे हैं हम। तो फर्स्ट स्टेप इज इनवाइटिंग एप्लीकेशंस। जो रिक्रूटमेंट का भाग होता है कि हम एडवर्टाइजमेंट बनाते हैं, हम इंटरनल सोर्स सिलेक्ट करेंगे या एक्सटर्नल सोर्स करेंगे, तो पहले एडवर्टाइजमेंट बनानी पड़ती है। इनवाइटिंग एप्लीकेशंस, रिसीविंग एप्लीकेशन। जो पोजीशन वैकेंट है जिसको आपने एडवर्टाइज किया है उसके बहुत सारे लोग अप्लाई करेंगे, तो एचआर में अपनी बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशंस, जॉब एप्लीकेशंस रिसीव करते हैं। Then scrutiny of applications. What is the meaning of scrutiny of applications? It means सारे जो एप्लीकेशन है आप एचआर बैठ के बहुत डिटेल में पढ़ा, कौन सा वाले कितने एप्लीकेशन आए हैं, एप्लीकेंट का क्या क्वालिफिकेशन है, कितना एक्सपीरियंस है, क्या वो जॉब के लिए बराबर फिट होगा या नहीं। तो स्क्रूटनी में क्या होता है, जो एलिजिबल कैंडिडेट्स है उनको छाटा जाता है, अलग किया जाता है। एप्लीकेशन बराबर नहीं है, जो आपके पोजीशन में फिट नहीं होता है, उसे आप अलग करके रीड आउट करेंगे, निकाल के रखें। तो जो एप्लीकेशन बराबर है, जो करेक्ट है, फिर उनको आप फोन करते हो या ईमेल भेजते हो और बोलते हो कि आपका एप्लीकेशन हमें मिल गया और आप इस पोजीशन के लिए एलिजिबल हो, बट आपको आगे रिटन टेस्ट देना पड़ेगा। तो रिटन टेस्ट किसको दिया जाता है? ओनली फॉर दोज कैंडिडेट्स हु आर एलिजिबल, दे आर इनवाइटेड फॉर रिटन टेस्ट। और अगर आप एलिजिबल ही नहीं हो तो आपको रिटन टेस्ट नहीं दे सकते। सो वो तो स्क्रूटनी हो गई, आपने रिटन टेस्ट ले लिया। अभी रिटन टेस्ट में जो पास होते हैं वो ही आगे होते हैं, जो फेल होते हैं वो अपने आप सिलेक्शन प्रोसीजर से हट जाते हैं। तो जब बड़े बड़े कंपनीज में पोजीशन, वेकेंट पोजीशन होती है 10, 12, 20, उसके लिए हजारों में एप्लीकेशन। तो ये जो रिटन टेस्ट है ये एक ऐसा टूल है जिसमें हम बहुत ही आसानी से बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशंस को रिजेक्ट कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि अगर आपको एप्टीट्यूड नॉलेज एप्टीट्यूड नहीं है वो आपका रिटन टेस्ट पे समझ में आता है। तो जो पास होते हैं वो भी आगे सिलेक्शन में लेकर आते हैं। तो रिटन टेस्ट के बाद लार्ज बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस also conduct psychological tests. What a psychological test? Psychological test is to study your mind, whether you have the ability to withstand the stress that is involved in this particular job. So stress test होती है, psychological test होते हैं जो उस जॉब के लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है। मार्केटिंग मैनेजर का जॉब बहुत चैलेंजिंग है, तो उसमें अलग अलग साइकोलॉजिकल टेस्ट होती है, स्ट्रेस टेस्ट होती है, जो प्रोफेशनली ये टेस्ट बनाए जाते हैं। कुछ सिमुलेशन होती है, सिमुलेटर्स बनाते हैं जिसमें आपको एक सिचुएशन दिया जाता है और आपको एक उस सिचुएशन के हिसाब से आप कैसे रिएक्ट करोगे और वो आपको आपका रिएक्शन देके जज करते हैं कि आपका माइंड आप थिंक कैसे करते हैं। तो it is just not enough to have the knowledge of life, it is also necessary to have the state of mind. साइकोलॉजिकल टेस्ट में जो पास होते हैं फिर वो आगे निकल आते हैं और पर्सनल इंटरव्यू। The personal interviews are normally divided into two types. You have personal interviews, which talks about your uh, biodata, मतलब आपका नाम, address, age, family background, marital status, children, ये सब आपको personal interview, your life, dislike, hobby, अपना मतलब आपका thinking और आपका personal background उसको personal interview में जज किया जाता है। आगे ये पर्सनल इंटरव्यू के बाद ही टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू भी है, जिसमें टेक्निकल स्किल्स आप अपनी टेक्निकल स्किल्स टेक्निकल नॉलेज के बारे में क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं। तो ये पर्सनल इंटरव्यू है और टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट होता है। और ये जो सेक्शन है इसके लिए स्टूडेंट्स काफी ट्रेनिंग करते हैं एंड अगर आप क्रैक करते हो तो फिर आपको जॉब मिलती है ये आप समझ सकते हैं। इन द पर्सनल इंटरव्यू एंड टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू स्टूडेंट्स हैव टू think and speak very confidently. They have to align themselves with the company. थोड़ा होमवर्क करना पड़ता है कैंडिडेट को कंपनी के बारे में, जॉब पोजीशन के बारे में, and they have to be very honest about the facts that they are giving in the personal interview. टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू में क्वेश्चन आता है उसके बारे में आपको नॉलेज नहीं है तो आप बोल नहीं सकते हैं कि और Domino का इशू देखिए domino के इशू में कोई इधर नहीं अपने don't try to the other one is the other one. Sorry students, so we were talking about personal interview and technical interview. So technical interview, if you do not know something you must not tell lies. अगर आपको एक चीज नहीं है तो आप कॉन्फिडेंटली तो जो कोई टैक्स के बारे में क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है तो आपको उसमें इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है तो आपको ऑनेस्टली बोल देना है मुझे इसके बारे में नॉलेज नहीं बट आई विल लर्न। अगर आप झूठ बोलते हो तो फिर वो उसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन वो तो बॉडी लैंग्वेज समझते हैं उसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे और फिर अगर आपको नहीं आता है तो फिर डेफिनेटली आपको जॉब में सिलेक्ट नहीं किया जाएगा। So these interviews are very important because it gives the panel. Now interview panel. So interviews can be taken by ODV HR, that is a single person. So it can be taken by a team of people. So you could have a panel of people who are interviewing you, जहाँ पे आपको technical expert हो सकता है, तो technical questions पूछेगा, HR होगा जो personal vital information हो सकता है, and they could also be people from the management who are part of the panel. So all these important aspects that they want to know from the candidates they will cover in these interviews, which comprise of CI and technical interview. Then we move on to reference check. So if you have done well in your interviews and have submitted all your documents, students, your documents are very important. What are your documents? Basically, they are your worksheets, your degree certificates, okay, your experience letters from your previous employer. These are the documents, or of course, all your KYC, आपका आधार कार्ड, आपका टैक्स रिटर्न, जो भी कंपनी मांगती है, सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स आप सबमिट करते हैं। तो ये रेफरेंस चेक क्या है? Point number 7 in section selection, reference check. Now, reference check means that selection के time में the company will ask you to give the name, address, telephone number, and email ID of two important experienced people from society. दो लोगों का नाम आपको सबमिट करना पड़ता है इनके डिटेल्स के साथ। ऐसे लोग जो अच्छे पोजीशन में है और जिनका सोसाइटी में अच्छा नाम है से 2 रेफरेंसेस उनका नाम, एड्रेस, मोबाइल नंबर, ईमेल आईडी आपको सबमिट करना है। So why do you have to go through this reference check? Reference check is very important because it validates the authenticity of the documents that you have submitted and the data or the information that you have revealed during the interview. अगर आप इंटरव्यू में बोलते हो कि मैं यहाँ पे रहता हूँ, ये मेरा एड्रेस है, मेरे घर में ये लोग हैं, मैंने बीकॉम डिग्री किया है, ये मेरा डिग्री सर्टिफिकेट है, मैं मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी से हूँ, ये मेरी मार्कशीट है, तो ये सब आप सबमिट करते हो या बोलते हो, ये डॉक्यूमेंट्स देते हैं, पर ये सही है, ये ओरिजिनल है, ये करेक्ट है, इसका वैलिडिटी आपको रेफरेंस चेक से मिलता है। तो अगर आप अच्छे लोगों का नाम रेफरेंस चेक में दोगे और आपका रेफरेंस चेक फिर वो करते हैं, अगर आप प्रिंसिपल का नाम देते हो या किसी सीनियर टीचर का नाम देते हो या आपका जो पहले वाला एम्प्लॉयर है या सोसाइटी में कोई भी अच्छा बैंक मैनेजर किसी का नाम देते हो, तो उनको फोन करके आपके बारे में पूछिए, आप इस पर्सन को कितने साल से जानते हो, क्या वो इस कॉलेज में पढ़ता था, क्या वो यहाँ काम करता था, थोड़ा वो क्वेश्चन आंसर्स पूछने के बाद फिर वो कंफर्म हो जाता है कि जो आपको वो आप रियल में हो, जो इंफॉर्मेशन आप दे रहे हो ऑलरेडी वर्बली एंड ऑल्सो डॉक्यूमेंट्स के हिसाब से वो सब ऑथेंटिक जेन्युइन है, इसका कंफर्मेशन करने के लिए रेफरेंस चेक होना बहुत जरूरी है। Now, before we go on to medical examination, final selection and placement, I want to take you all to step number 4. Not 4, let us say receiving application. तो जब आप एक जॉब के लिए अप्लाई करते हो तो आप बायोडेटा या रेज्यूमे या आप करिकुलर डिटेल ये सबमिट करते हैं। तो अलग अलग कंपनी जो है वो बायोडेटा मांगती है, कुछ एप्लीकेंट्स छोटा बायोडेटा देते हैं कैंडिडेट को, कुछ वर्ड जैसे जो टेम्पलेट्स होती है बायोडेटा का वो डाउनलोड करके रख सकते हैं, कुछ किसी कोई जो एप्लीकेंट होते हैं 12 पेज का बायोडेटा देते हैं, कुछ आधा पैराग्राफ का देते हैं। तो ये सब नहीं हो इसलिए कभी कभी कंपनी जो है एडवर्टाइजमेंट करने के बाद एक एप्लीकेशन ब्लैंक बनाती है, रजिस्ट्रेशन फॉर्म जैसे एक एप्लीकेशन ब्लैंक डॉक्यूमेंट बनाती है, एक फॉर्मेट जो बायोडेटा के और फॉर्म के जैसा होता है, और हर कोई कैंडिडेट जो उस पोजीशन के लिए अप्लाई करता है वो उस एप्लीकेशन ब्लैंक फिल करेगा, जिसमें उनका पूरा बायोडेटा, एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन, प्रीवियस एक्सपीरियंस एक सेट फॉर्मेट में भरा जाता है। सारे कैंडिडेट्स के सारे इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन कंपनी ले लेती है और ये एप्लीकेशन को फिर आगे जाके स्क्रूटनी की जाती है। तो अगर आप सारा डेटा नहीं देते हो तो फिर कंपैरिजन करना बहुत मुश्किल है। Therefore, it is necessary that you make sure that the application blank document, which is a format that company creates in order to collect uniform data from all the employees, will help the company in the selection. तो रेफरेंस चेक के बाद फिर मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन होता है। What is this medical examination? अभी ये याद रखो कि if you are working in this organization, you have to be not just mentally and psychologically fit, you have to be physically fit also. तो आपका brain, आपका mind और आपका body तीनों fit होना चाहिए। So if you have any illness which is going to affect your efficiency, आपको हार्ट का प्रॉब्लम है या आपको कोई स्किन की डिजीज है या बहुत पेन हो या आपका बीपी का प्रॉब्लम है, आपको चक्कर आते हैं, कन्वर्जन आते हैं, बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें हैं जो उस जॉब के लिए, सोचो आपने जॉब अप्लाई किया है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल यूजी जो इफ यू आर गोइंग टू बी आर्किटेक्चर में आपको साइट पे जाना है, ऊंचाई पे खड़े होना है और कंस्ट्रक्शन को ओवरसी करना है, मॉनिटर करना है। ऐसे कैंडिडेट फिजिकली बहुत फिट होना चाहिए। अगर उसको चक्कर आते हैं या फिट्स आती है, ऐसे कंडीशन वाले लोग ऐसे जॉब को आप सिलेक्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि फिर वो बिल्डिंग में से गिर के उनका मौत भी हो सकता है। तो अलग अलग काम को अलग अलग मेडिकल टेक्निक की जरूरत है। और फिर अगर आपको डिजीज आपका है जिससे बाकी के एम्प्लॉयज को खतरा है, वो भी आपको मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन में चेक किया जाता है। ऐसे कैंडिडेट्स को फिर अलाउ नहीं किया जाता है। मेडिकल में के लिए चेक किया जाता है। बहुत सारे पैरामीटर्स होते हैं। मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन काफी डिटेल्स का होता है। उसमें अगर आप पास होते हो फिर आप फाइनल सिलेक्शन में फाइनल सिलेक्शन स्टूडेंट ऐसे कैंडिडेट जो कि इंटरव्यू को आगे लेके जाते हैं उनको ऑफर लेटर दिया जाता है। फाइनली 2 जन को सिलेक्ट किया जाता है, दोनों को ऑफर लेटर दिया जाता है कि हम आपको ये जॉब दे रहे हैं, ये आपकी सैलरी है। तो ये फाइनल सिलेक्शन में नेगोशिएशन होता है। आप पोजीशन के लिए कितना सैलरी दोगे, क्या टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस है, वो सब आप डिस्कस करोगे। कितने टाइम का काम है, फिर साल में आप क्या क्या फैसिलिटीज दोगे, फॉरेन ट्रिप है, फिर बाकी के जो भी फैसिलिटीज जैसे लॉन्ड्री, ट्रैवल अलाउंस, मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज सब आप डिस्कस करते हो। एंड जॉब पे स्केल भी डिस्कस करते हो, फैसिलिटी सब बताते हैं। अगर वो कैंडिडेट को वो पसंद आए तो उस ऑफर लेटर को एक्सेप्ट करता है, और जब वो एक्सेप्ट करके साइन करता है तो फिर उसको एक अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर दिया जाता है। ऑफर जब एक्सेप्ट होता है फिर अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर दिया जाता है। उस अपॉइंटमेंट के साथ फिर फाइनली प्लेसमेंट होता है कैंडिडेट का उस पोजीशन में। अगर फाइनल सिलेक्शन में जब नेगोशिएशन होती है, अगर कैंडिडेट वहां तक पहुंच के फिर नाराज होता है कि नहीं मुझे सैलरी बराबर नहीं है, या आप जो मुझे ग्रोथ चार्ट बता रहे हो ये मुझे सही नहीं है, मुझे गाड़ी भी चाहिए, घर भी चाहिए, ये सब चाहिए, और नेगोशिएशन नहीं होता है, फिर 9th स्टेज पे भी आके फाइनल सिलेक्शन स्टेज में भी आके वो जॉब कर सकते हैं। फाइनल सिलेक्शन में भी 1-2 कैंडिडेट्स, फर्स्ट पर्सन को आप ऑफर करोगे वो एक्सेप्ट कर जाएगा तो फिर सेकंड कैंडिडेट को आप मिलोगे। अगर फर्स्ट कैंडिडेट आपका ऑफर एक्सेप्ट नहीं करता है तो आपको सेकंड और थर्ड भी लाइन में रखना पड़ता है। ये तो ये पूरा जो आपने स्टेप ए है सिलेक्शन का उसका वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम रिपोर्ट हो जाता है। गिविंग एन ऑफर, waiting for the acceptance of offer, issuing the appointment letter, and finally placement भी काफी एक इम्पोर्टेंट एक्टिविटी होती है जहाँ पे जिस पर्सन को आपने अपॉइंट किया है उसे आप इंडक्ट करोगे। वहाँ पे आप उनको लेके जाओगे जहाँ उनको बैठ के काम करना है, उनको बताओगे कि ये आपकी जूनियर है, ये आपके सबऑर्डिनेट है, आपको यहाँ बैठ के काम करना है, ये आपकी कंप्यूटर है, यहाँ पे आपको वर्क करना है। और फिर उसको आप ओरिएंटेशन प्रोग्राम दोगे, इंडक्शन का एक सेशन होगा, आपकी कंपनी के बारे में पूरा इंफॉर्मेशन दिया जाता है, जो आपका काम है उसमें आपको एक्चुअली क्या करना है उसका पूरा ट्रेनिंग दिया जाता है। सो ओरिएंटेशन, इंडक्शन, एंड द पर्सन इज देन ऑनबोर्डिंग। ऑनबोर्डिंग मतलब वो एक काम पे बताया जाता है और फिर वो प्रोडक्टिवली अपना मेहनत करके काम करना शुरू कर देता है। Do you understand this, students? Hello, students.
Yes, ma'am.
So now I have gone through all the 10 steps. So steps involved in selection procedure: first, inviting applications. Detailed job description and job specifications are provided in advertisements for jobs. Yes. मैंने आपको अपने शब्द में एक्सप्लेन किया है स्लाइड्स में, ये पॉइंट्स है। Receiving applications, detailed applications are collected from candidates who provide necessary information about personal and professional details of person. ये पॉइंट में मैंने आपको बताया है कि सिर्फ बायोडेटा भर के बायोडेटा देख के कंपनीज चलाती नहीं है, वो एप्लीकेशन ब्लैंक ऐसा डॉक्यूमेंट घर के देती है, जिसमें पर्सनल एंड प्रोफेशनल डिटेल्स दिए जाते हैं। और ये जो एप्लीकेशन को आगे जाके स्क्रूटनाइज किया जाता है, एनालिसिस एंड कंपैरिजन किया जाता है, और जो सही है उनको सेपरेट किया जाता है। So scrutiny, step number 3 involves scrutiny of application. At the limit of the period, अगर आपको 10 दिन में एप्लीकेशन देने हैं और आप 15 दिन के बाद एप्लीकेशन भेज रहे हो, तो आपका वो एप्लीकेशन रिजेक्ट हो जाता है। तो जो भी कैंडिडेट को टाइम पीरियड दिया जाता है एडवर्टाइजमेंट में कि आपको 10 दिन में अप्लाई करना है, तो उस टाइम लिमिट के अंदर कैंडिडेट को कंपनी के उस वैकेंसी के लिए अप्लाई करना है। Applications are sorted out, incomplete applications को रिजेक्ट किए जाते हैं, और जो इनकरेक्ट है, जो लोग ऐसे ही अप्लाई करते हैं, उनको पता है कि वो एलिजिबल नहीं है, उनके अप्लाई करते हैं, उनका निकाल के रिजेक्ट किया जाता है। रिटन टेस्ट लिए जाते हैं जब बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशंस आते हैं एक पोजीशन के लिए, तो एक रिटन टेस्ट किया जाता है। This test is conducted for understanding the technical knowledge, attitude, and interest of the candidate. This process is useful when the number of applicants is large. बहुत लोग जब आते हैं तो हम जब written test देते हैं तो काफी कम लोग पास होते हैं, और यही लोग फिर जो पास होते हैं वो सिलेक्शन प्रोसीजर में आगे आते हैं। written test के बाद साइकोलॉजिकल टेस्ट लिया जाता है। ये टेस्ट क्या होती है? ये टेस्ट साथ में रिटन टेस्ट जैसे नहीं लिया जाता है। हर एक कैंडिडेट रिटन टेस्ट पास करता है, उसे इंडिविजुअली साइकोलॉजिकल टेस्ट दिए जाते हैं, और ये उनकी माइंड के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन निकालने के लिए क्वालिटी एंड स्किल ऑफ द पर्सन। तो एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट, इंटेलिजेंस टेस्ट, सिंथेटिक टेस्ट भी एक तरीके का पर्सनालिटी टेस्ट है। उसमें एक पर्सन को एक सिचुएशन दिया जाता है और उसको सोचने के लिए कहा जाता है कि अगर आप ऐसे पोजीशन में हो, ऐसे सिनेरियो या सिचुएशन में हो, तो आप कैसा डिसीजन दोगे। स्ट्रेसफुल सिचुएशन दिया जाता है। तो ऐसे टेस्ट जो होते हैं वो साइकोलॉजिकल टेस्ट होते हैं। इसमें जो इंडिविजुअल कैंडिडेट पास होते हैं तो वो जाके पर्सनल इंटरव्यू 6 स्टेप्स में निकल आते हैं। तो इंटरव्यूज में भी इंडिविजुअल और पैनल जनरली इन्वॉल्व ऑफिसर्स इन द टॉप पोजीशन। तो इंटरव्यू लेने वाले लोग एक टीम होता है जिसे हम पैनल ऑफ इंटरव्यूअर्स कहते हैं। एंड जो क्वेश्चंस पूछा जाता है इंटरव्यू में, द कैंडिडेट्स आर आस्क्ड सभी क्वेश्चंस। कौन से वाले क्वेश्चन? तो इट विल बी पर्सनल एज वेल एज टेक्निकल। तो जो टेक्निकल या उनके बैकग्राउंड के बारे में, देयर एक्सपीरियंस ऑन देयर जॉब, देयर फैमिली बैकग्राउंड, देयर इंटरेस्ट, दे आर सपोज्ड टू डिस्क्राइब देयर एक्सपेक्टेशंस फॉर दिस एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द इंटरव्यू। में ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ जो इंटरव्यूअर्स हैं वो बात करते हैं, इंटरव्यूइंग्स को भी, कैंडिडेट्स भी अपना एक्सपेक्टेशन कंपनी से, उस जॉब से बात कर सकते हैं। देन हर एक कैंडिडेट को मौका दिया जाता है कि अपने बारे में थोड़ा मार्केटिंग करें कि वो क्या जानते हैं, उनके पास क्या नॉलेज है, तो कौन से अच्छे प्रोजेक्ट्स उन्होंने किए हैं, क्या है, डिटेल्स क्या है, and identified and motivated by the interview. Yes, and इंटरव्यू जो पर्सनल इंटरव्यू और टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू के बाद फिर उनका सिलेक्शन किया जाता है। तो पास होते हैं, उनका लिस्ट बनाया जाता है। रेफरेंस चेक, जनरली at least 2 references are asked by a company from the candidate. ये रेफरेंसेस किसके लिए होते हैं? रेफरेंस चेक इज द टाइप ऑफ क्रॉस चेक फॉर द इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइडेड बाय द कैंडिडेट टू द एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म एंड ड्यू डिलिजेंस। तो एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म में आपने जो भी लिखा है कि आप फॉर्म हो, आपने ये सब काम किया है, आपके पास ये सर्टिफिकेट है, आप यहाँ लिखते हो, या आपकी फैमिली बैकग्राउंड है, कोई लोग या आपकी फैमिली में जो आप डेटा लिखते हो या बोलते हो, उसको क्रॉस वेरीफाई करने के लिए रेफरेंस चेक 2 पर्सन्स के नाम जो सोसाइटी में जिनका स्टेटस है ऐसे लोगों का नाम आपको कैंडिडेट को सबमिट करना पड़ता है और उनसे ये डेटा का वैलिडेशन किया जाता है. Medical examination. So, in spite of good performance in tests and interviews, candidates can be rejected on the basis of pre-health. अगर आपका हेल्थ अच्छा नहीं है तो ये लेवल में भी आपके अगर आपको कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, वीकनेस है, तो वो मेडिकल टेस्ट रिपोर्ट्स में दिखती है, दिख के आता है कि आपको फिटनेस नहीं है, तो मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स पे भी कैंडिडेट को रिजेक्ट किया जाता है. Final selection. At this step, the candidate is given the offer letter or appointment letter to join the organization on a particular date. The appointment letter specifies the post, title, salary, and terms of employment. तो terms बहुत जरूरी है और अभी कभी कुछ कंपनीज 6 महीने का नोटिस पीरियड मांगती है, कुछ कंपनीज 1 महीना का नोटिस पीरियड मांगती है. तो अगर आप छोड़ने वाले हो तो 1 महीना पहले आपको बोलना पड़ता है. आप सडनली आके ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते हो कि कल से नहीं होगा. तो ये जो एम्प्लॉयमेंट है ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है और दोनों एम्प्लॉयर और एम्प्लॉय को ये जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है वो निभाना पड़ता है. तो जनरली इनिशियल अपॉइंटमेंट और प्रोबेशन एंड आफ्टर 6 क्राइटेरिया. प्रोबेशन का मतलब ये है कि जब आप काम पे अपॉइंट किए जाते हो तो आपको टेम्पररी रखा जाता है. कभी कभी 6 मंथ्स का प्रोबेशन या कभी कभी 3 मंथ्स का प्रोबेशन होता है, जहाँ पे आपका परफॉर्मेंस देखा जाता है कि अगर आप जॉब में एडजस्ट कर पाते हो, अच्छा काम करते हो. फिर 6 महीने के बाद प्रोबेशन पीरियड के बाद, टेम्पररी पीरियड के बाद फिर आपको परमानेंट किया जाता है. Placement, last step in the selection procedure. This is the final step. Suitable job is allocated to the appointed candidate so that we can get the whole idea about the nature of the job. We can get adjusted to the job and perform well in future in all capacities. So, आपका orientation, induction, ये सब प्लेसमेंट में होता है और ऑनबोर्डिंग होता है और लोग कंपनी में काम करना शुरू करते हैं. तो स्टूडेंट्स ये जो 10 पॉइंट्स थे वो स्टेप्स इन्वॉल्व इन सिलेक्शन प्रोसीजर थे. और कभी कभी स्टूडेंट्स एग्जामिनेशन में ऐसा क्वेश्चन आता है स्टेप्स इन साइंटिफिक सिलेक्शन. साइंटिफिक सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस आप 7 स्टेप्स में कंप्रेस कर सकते हो. स्टेप्स तो वैसे 10 है ही, पर अगर आप साइंटिफिक स्टेप्स लिखते हो तो उसमें रिक्रूटमेंट, एप्लीकेशन, रिटन टेस्ट, इंटरव्यू, रेफरेंस चेक, मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन, फाइनल सिलेक्शन एंड प्लेसमेंट. ऐसे 7 स्टेप्स में आप स्टेप्स इन साइंटिफिक सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस का पूरा एक्सप्लेनेशन दे सकते हो. Then we have the concept of electronic human resource management. ये modern concept है. Today's world is all about human resource management. ये क्या होता है? Electronic human resource management is the integration of all HR systems and activities using this. मतलब जो भी HR के systems, practices, methods है जो पहले मैनुअल हुआ करते थे, अभी ये वेब बेस्ड हो जाती है. इंटरनेट का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है, कंप्यूटर सिस्टम, नेटवर्किंग का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है, वेब टेक्नोलॉजीज का जो सॉफ्टवेयर है, वेब बेस्ड टेक्नोलॉजीज उसका इस्तेमाल करके एचआर का जो काम है जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक प्लेटफॉर्म में चल जाता है उसे हम इलेक्ट्रॉनिक रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट कहते हैं. So simply, when HR uses the internet or related technologies to support their activities, procedures, processes, then it becomes an electronic human resource management. So today's age, today's world is about electronic human resource management. So under electronic human resource management, students, there is a pre-selection process. जो आपको नया सिलेबस है आपके टेक्स्ट बुक में ई सिलेक्शन के, जैसे हमने सिलेक्शन के 10 प्रोसेसेस देखे हैं, आपके टेक्स्ट बुक में ई सिलेक्शन के भी प्रोसेसेस है. जो मैनुअल स्टेप्स है वही स्टेप्स जब इलेक्ट्रॉनिक प्लेटफॉर्म पे हम करा के लेते हैं उसे हम ई सिलेक्शन. So when all the steps in the selection procedure are shifted to the electronic platform, say हम ई सिलेक्शन मतलब एडवर्टाइज करना जॉब, फिर एप्लीकेशंस लेना, जॉब्स एप्लीकेशंस को स्क्रूटनाइज करना, ये सब जो काम हमने अभी 10 स्टेप्स देखे, जब को हम वेब बेस्ड टेक्नोलॉजीज का इस्तेमाल, इंटरनेट, कंप्यूटर्स, टेलीफोन, इंटरव्यू के लिए जब हम वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग करते हैं, ये सब जो ऑनलाइन सिस्टम्स है, yes, that belongs to the e-selection procedure. So e-selection is supported by the internet, web-based technology, opposed procedures, and specialized software, video conferencing, online meetings, etc. So e-selection is a structure. E-selection may be a तरीका होता है, there is a structure with a format, and it is efficient, quick, economical, transparent, and it is a modern method of selection. So e-selection is popularly used by large companies, very popularly used by IT companies, multinational corporations. आजकल कोई प्रेस में एडवर्टाइजमेंट नहीं देता है, everything is done through internet, yes, and सारे जो प्रोसीजर्स है, 10 स्टेप्स हमने अभी जो देखे हैं, वो वेब बेस्ड टेक्नोलॉजीज का इस्तेमाल करके वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग, जो भी जैसे हम अभी जूम सेशन कर रहे हैं, जैसे इंटरव्यूज भी टेलीफोन पे होती है, वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग पे होती है, ये सब जो एक्सपर्ट्स होते हैं अलग अलग कंट्रीज में बैठे रहते हैं, फिर भी वो वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग का मीटिंग ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, और सिलेक्शन happens very, very easily, quickly. And it is a modern way of selection. So this is the source I would like to make reference to the source which I have used to create my slides. And I thank all of you in participating in this session. Students, I hope you have benefited from the session. आपको एक मैं होमवर्क देती हूँ, प्लीज राइट डाउन द होमवर्क, और होमवर्क में आपको ई सिलेक्शन के जो स्टेप्स है वो आपको लिख के बुक में लिखना है, फिर उसका फोटो लेके आप मेरे पर्सनल व्हाट्सएप पे भेजोगे। इट इज, आई फील कि ये बहुत ही न्यू मेथड है सिलेक्शन का।
कौन सा मैम?
ई सिलेक्शन, स्टेप्स इन ई सिलेक्शन, तो वो आप लिखोगे पेज में, और कुछ स्टेप नोटबुक में लिखो, और उसका फोटो ले लो और मेरे पर्सनल व्हाट्सएप में भेजो, तो फिर मुझे पता चलेगा कि आप अपने हाथ से वो आप खुद रीड करके वो लिखे हो आंसर। स्टेप्स इन ई सिलेक्शन, क्वेश्चन क्या है? एक्सप्लेन स्टेप्स इन ई सिलेक्शन। आपके टेक्स्ट बुक में है अच्छी तरह से, वो तो सिलेक्शन मैंने ऑलरेडी 10 स्टेप्स बता दिए हैं। हाँ, सिलेक्शन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फॉर्मेट के जो सिलेक्शन मेथड्स है वो आप खुद से रीड करोगे, लिख के उनको निकाल के।
ओके मैम।
राइट, so I thank you very much for joining in. I'm very disappointed सिर्फ 5 जन मेरे सेशन में आए। अगर आपको ऐसे बेनिफिट नहीं हो रहा है तो see what I'm going to do is, जो भी मैंने क्वेश्चन बैंक दिया है, प्रिलिमिनरी पेपर दिया है, वो सारे क्वेश्चन, हमारा फुल जून का मंथ भी है, yes, I will try and cover this particular prelim question paper. So there will be good revision for you. You have to remind your other friends to join in the meeting. और ये मैं लाइव भी मैंने रिकॉर्ड किया है, मैंने स्ट्रीमिंग किया है यूट्यूब में। अगर आपको ये सेशन वापस रिवाइज करना है तो कॉलेज वेबसाइट में जाइए और यूट्यूब पे क्या है वो आपको मिल जाएगा। ये सारे सेशन यूट्यूब लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग करके हमने कॉलेज वेबसाइट पे। This is clear, students?
Okay, ma'am.
So, have you read the circular जो पद्मा मैडम ने भेजा है MBBC यूनिफॉर्म ग्रुप पे? इंग्लिश सर्कुलर भेजा है। आपके एग्जाम्स और जुलाई से शुरू हो रहे हैं, प्रैक्टिकल आएगा, और आपको अभी से जून का महीना है, हम लोग रिविजन करेंगे। यस, आप कॉन्फिडेंट रहिए, आप जरूर अच्छे नंबर में पास होंगे, सिर्फ आपको कॉन्फिडेंट रहना है। क्लियर?
यस।
So with this, I am ending my session. Yes, thank you for joining in. I'll be again meeting you next week, next Wednesday. The next question, जो हमारे फिल्म पेपर का क्वेश्चन बैक पर है, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन मैं एक दिन पहले आपको अनाउंस करूंगी जो
ओके मैम।
क्या हुआ, पवन आपको समझ में आया?
हाँ
यस, निधि, संतोष, सोनाली, यस, all of you understood what happened?
Yes, ma'am.
यस, थोड़ा हम जब बातचीत करेंगे तो फिर इजी जाता है। और आप कोई भी चीज के लिए टेंशन मत लीजिए, मैडम, प्रिंसिपल मैडम है, हम लोग सब है, एग्जाम अच्छी तरह से आप करोगे, कोई भी आपको टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है, आपका करियर सेफ रहेगा। बट सिर्फ आप पॉजिटिव माइंड रख के अच्छी तरह से पढ़ो, पढ़ने का काम कीजिए। यस समझ?
यस मैम।
यस, तो डरने की कोई बात नहीं है, जो हुआ है वो सबको हुआ है, राइट? तो नुकसान आपका करियर में नहीं होगा कुछ, सिर्फ आप पॉजिटिव सोचो, पॉजिटिव रहो। यस,
बी पॉजिटिव।
यस, जहाँ वहाँ घूमो मत, सिर्फ अच्छे से रिलैक्स होके थोड़ा थोड़ा करके पढ़ो। मैडम मैं कुछ नहीं पढ़ रहा हूँ, मेरा टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है, तो सबका होता है, बट खुद पे भरोसा रखो, मुझे आप सब पे भरोसा है, ठीक है? यस, तो खुद पे भरोसा रखो, थोड़ा थोड़ा पढ़ो, डरो नहीं, कोई चीज के लिए डरने की जरूरत नहीं, थोड़ा थोड़ा करके पढ़ो, थोड़ा भी अगर पढ़ोगे तो बहुत अच्छी बात है।
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so I will now end my session and see you all
Okay.
again next Wednesday. Bye bye. Next Wednesday और students को बोलो join in करने के लिए.
Okay, ma'am.
Right? All.
Yes.
Thank you, Didi. Bye, Sonali.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
Amaniya ko banjal
Ini benar-benar nak guna ni. Nak le.